very good. Well, Mark Martins is as well. So if these two guys run like this for 500 miles, we are going to be treated to a great stock car race.
If they run 500 miles, Benny, we're going to be here even longer than I had hoped for. We're going to run 500 laps tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant laps.
Mark Martin leading. Rusty Wallace dominated the short track activity in the first half of the season, winning 3 of the races and finishing second in the other.
But the Rusty really comes off this corner.
Well, his car is hooked up. That's what helped him to win all those short track races. He wants to get in front so he can lead a lap, and there he goes.
He got it.
He'll get 5 bonus points when he comes back to the start and finish line.
Rusty is third in the points, so points are very valuable, and John Kernan is with Bobby Hamilton.
Good luck, John, but it's actually me, Bob. 1991, Bobby Hamilton. And Bobby, you were the cue ball out there in that 7-car pileup. What happened?
I don't know, Jerry. It looked like we come off 4, and I seen the 98 have some kind of problem, and all of us moved to the bottom of the racetrack where we wouldn't get hung in behind it. Went in down here at 1. Running that low, you know, you just can't get in the corner that hard. It just got backed up. Just a racing accident. I hate it for Dick Moroso and the Finaloo people. Bob Rinaldi had a heck of a motor in the car. The main thing I hate is for some of these guys racing for points, because we're just in here trying to get some good runs, get sponsorship next year. But you got anything for a headache? I got a terrible headache.
Well, next year this race is sponsored by Goody, so you'll be able to sample the product early. A big headache for Bobby Hamilton and 6 other drivers as lightning strikes early here in Thunder Valley.
Thank you, Jerry. That wreck was very costly to Tennessee drivers. 3 of them, Darrell Waltrip, Sterling Marlin, and Bobby Hamilton, were wiped out in that crash. Now up front, it's Rusty Wallace, followed by Mark Martin. It still remains Rudd, Strickland, and Gordon, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
I tell you what, I think that was pretty heady driving by Mark Martin a little bit ago. Rusty Wallace came up. It was obvious he wanted to lead that race, this race, so badly. Mark Martin just basically said, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he didn't fight him too much.
He didn't fight him too much, because when you get up that close and just inches away, just the least little bobble, and both those cars could be around crash. So Mark said, hey, go ahead. We got plenty of time for me to get back in front of you, if I can. And if I can, it doesn't matter anyway.
There is the short track performance by Rusty Wallace. 3 wins, the second in 4 races, has led 905 of the 1,800 laps raced, and has 4 wins here at this facility. Now, Mark Martin has won the last 2 races, going for 3 in a row here tonight, and in his last 7 performances, he has 6 top 6 finishes, and has moved from 12th to 4th in the NASCAR Winston Cup point standings.
He has been on a roll.
And it appears as if it will continue tonight. Now the leaders begin to sneak up on some of the slower traffic, and we are going to have lapping here before long. Let's see how much interval there is between 2nd and 3rd. There is Rudd, 4th and 5th. Marlin and Gordon were looking for Dale Earnhardt, and there he is.
Right now, Earnhardt is in 11th spot. You see Kyle Petty back in 12th.
Both of these drivers started in the middle of the pack. Dale started 19th and Kyle started 20th. But you can see that there's almost a half lap separating them and Rusty Wallace, who's leading.
Ooh, Dave Marcus and Jimmy Means got together coming off turn 4 right in front of the leaders. Here's a great battle. This is for 4th. Yes.
Sterling Marlin and Hutch Strickland, and riding with there for a moment, Jeff Gordon.
Gordon is all over the back bumper of Hutch Strickland. You can see how those cars move around. Gordon's car seems to be a little bit more stable than the car of Hutch Strickland.
I don't know, if we had a camera looking back at Jeff Gordon, he might be dancing just the way Hutch Strickland's car is, but Strickland's car really dancing to the corner. Watch him as he goes in, hits those bumps in the back end, starts bouncing around, and he's back and forth. And we see Jeff Gordon had the car a little bit loose as he came off the corner.
Just looking for a little bit of an opening. Did he stick the nose of that Chevrolet up under that Ford?
couple of Fords directly in front of him, so maybe Hut Strickland will have to back off a little bit for Means, and that will be the opening that Jeff Gordon needs.
How about Jimmy Means? He was the last car to qualify this afternoon, and he bumped Ted Musgrave out of the field. Jimmy has had some problems qualifying this year, but made a good run here today and got in.
Well, there was a 1.6-second interval between these two guys and Ricky Rudd, who runs third. Jimmy Means moves to the inside and allows both to pass, and there is Ricky Rudd as he moves through some of this lower traffic.
And he appears to be moving up on the leaders.
Yeah, he has caught Mark Martin, or has moved within just a few car lengths.
Yeah, Rusty Wallace has moved away from Mark Martin, but now Ricky Rudd is catching the second-place car.
This is still the best battle for position on the racetrack as Gordon continues to try to find a way around Hut Strickland.
Tries. He looks underneath, but Strickland comes down. Oh, one more time. Almost got inside of him.
I thought maybe he had him then, but he didn't.
And meanwhile, right behind those guys, Kyle Petty. We see him. He has passed Dale Earnhardt, Morgan Shepherd, and Harry Gant. So he has a mellow yellow Pontiac on the move.
Kyle had a good short track season in the early part of 1993. And John Curtin has more on that. John?
You know, Bob, this afternoon I was talking with John Wilson, who builds the engines for Kyle Petty's car. He told me that only real men pit on the backstretch, and even real men win races from the backstretch. They think that they can do it. They feel that they've got the right setup in the race car, that if cautions fall in the right frame of time for them near the end of the race, that they feel they can win this race from the backstretch.
Well, it's difficult to win from the backstretch, but it's not impossible.
Davey Allison did it a couple of years ago. He won pitting on the backstretch.
Look at this. Gordon just is all over Hut. On to the good battles going on here at Bristol International Raceway. We're glad you could join us for the Bud 500. We've completed 73 out of 500 laps. Well, tonight's appearance by the Blockbuster Video Blimp is part of the 93 maiden tour through the eastern half of the United States. Piloting the ship tonight is Mats Backlund from Sweden, a long way home. And Mark Martin has just taken the lead from Rusty.
Well, he just drove up there and drove around him. Rusty had pulled away a little bit in traffic a while back, but Martin caught him in a hurry and just moved right on around.
And Ricky Rudd has moved up now on the back bumper of Rusty.
And some heavy traffic right in front of Mark Martin. Some really good race cars. We see Bobby Hillin, Michael Waltrip, Darrell Jarrett, Bill Elliott.
Here's a look again at how Mark was able to get the lead away from Rusty.
This is not a replay. This is live.
This is the real thing.
As it's happening. That's Bobby Hill in the Halleck Myers car right directly in front of Mark Martin.
And here's trouble coming off of turn 4. Hut Strickland is into the wall hard.
He tore the back end completely off of that race car.
Well, I tell you what, that is a break, a big break for those cars right in front of their leaders. There we see Phil Parsons, Michael Dale Jarrett, all beating our leader Mark Martin back to the line. I would think we'd see some pit stops this time.
Yep.
Hut Strickland really had bad contact with the fourth turn wall. It looks like he's going to drive the car away, but
minus the back end.
Yeah, for all practical purposes, the back end of that thing is gone.
He doesn't know how badly that car is torn up. Where is that fuel tank?
Wow, it's gone.
Well, we were watching that battle between he and Jeff Gordon. And let's see, as they come off the turn, Hut goes a little bit high. Gordon gets up under him, nudges him just a little bit. That's all it took. And then Jeff Bodine rams into the rear of Jeff Gordon. Kyle Petty dips down to the inside and goes on by. But look at the damage to the McDonald's Ford.
And pit stops galore.
You are right about the pit stops. Look at him coming in. Let's go to Jerry Punch, who's with Rusty Wallace.
Watching the Miller Genuine Draft crew perform their one-a ballet here, right side